Good evening, my YouTube viewers. It is Palestine here. I just wanted to update you because today I got a telephone call from the breast cancer nurses. And so I told the breast cancer nurse that I went to see my GP yesterday and he's not too worried, even though I was. And I told the breast cancer nurse that when I raise my arm, it feels really tight. It feels really tight when I raise my arm. But I wasn't really that worried about that, as I was worried about the pain in my breast. I was worried about the pain in my breast, the fact that by the nipple on my left breast, the skin is thickened, and it's a lot different and discolored, and it's a lot different from the skin on my right breast. And so she's just told me to do exercises, like do lots of exercises. And she emailed me some exercises that I could do, but I'm not that worried about my arm being stiff. I'm not that worried about that. She just said that it could be scar tissue forming, and it takes about 2 years to heal from a lumpectomy. And so when they gave me the first lumpectomy, I was cut in 2 places. I was cut here, and then I was cut here. And then when I had the second lumpectomy, I was only cut here. But she just seemed to think that radiation is going to cause those kinds of problems. And I did tell her that my breast hurt because this is where it hurts. It hurts right here. So I don't know if this is a lymph node or something else, because I can't feel a lump. But when they told me I had cancer the first time, I couldn't feel a lump. But I did actually do a CT scan about a week and a half ago, or more than a week and a half ago, like maybe close to 2 weeks ago. And when of my chest area, and when I spoke to the GP when I went to the doctor on Friday about my neck was painful, he said that they should write me about the results of the CT scan. But from what I gather, he didn't seem to think that there were any malignant results from the CT scan of my chest area. So if there were no malignant results, if there was actually a tumor or something on my breast, you would think that it would pick it up on the CT scan. So this pain right here, I'm just wondering if it's a lymph node that's infected, because I've also got pain here. It's not as bad as it was. But I've also got pain here, although it's not as bad as it was. So I'm just wondering if I've got some kind of infection. Because the pain here is subsided a little bit. And then the pain in my breast, it doesn't hurt unless I touch it. And then if I touch it, then it hurts. So I'm just wondering if this is lymph nodes picking up an infection, because I'm diabetic, and diabetics are very prone to infection. But I really am worried about the skin on the nipple, because the skin is like discolored and rough and dimply on my left breast, but it's not on my right breast. So it could be that the cancer has spread to the skin, because I've heard instances where the cancer has spread to the skin. But the medical establishment that I'm a part of, doesn't seem to be too worried about it. That doesn't mean that there's not anything wrong with me, because there is something wrong with me, because like the whole left side of my body is weak and tingly, and the left side of my body has always been weak. But we'll just have to wait till I collapse, because I think they're not gonna take any action unless there's something really major happens. Unless something really major happens, like if a lump comes up on the scar from the lumpectomy, and I've got 2 scars from the lumpectomy, or if a lump comes up in my breast, or if a lump comes up somewhere else. But they're not going to check my bones. They did actually do a bone scan several months ago to check the density of my bones, and that's when they told me that I have osteopenia, which isn't helped by the fact that I have to take an anastrozole. So, yeah, so the breast cancer nurse doesn't seem to be too worried. She said she would talk to the doctor and see if they wanted me to come in and check me out. And then she also emailed me some stuff about exercises and massaging the scar and stuff, but I don't want to massage the scar. I just want to leave it alone. And I don't mind if I'm stiff raising my arm. I don't mind about that. What I'm worried about is the cancer spreading somewhere else. And then so after the breast cancer nurse spoke to me, she emailed me some stuff for me to look at. And then when I finished my shift, I had to go to this charity that's helping me with this financial problem that I've been dealing with since December. And then basically, so she got on the phone, because I can't phone this organization. Because if I phone this organization, they're going to fob me off. So that's why I have to go to a charity, and the charity has to phone the organization. And so this organization will pay a little bit more attention if a charity is phoning them than they will if I'm phoning them. And so this charity phoned the organization. They had them on hold for 10 minutes and then just put the phone down. So I didn't get hold of the organization at all, even though I had like my new documents, new financial documents that I could send them if they wanted me to send them. So this lady that spoke to me, she's also a manager, and she suggested that I write to my MP, and an MP is a member of parliament. So she found out who my MP is. She gave me his email address. She drafted an email, and she said, well, I can put it on your phone if you like. And I just said, look, I said, I've got a laptop computer at home. I said, I can go home and send this email on my laptop computer. But my laptop computer is about 6 years old, so it's getting old. And so at some point, it's not going to work anymore. And when that happens, I'm going to have to buy another laptop computer. So that's going to be even more money. But I did go home, and then, yeah, I turned on my computer, and I had problems getting it on. And because I had problems getting my laptop computer on, I had to restart it. And fortunately, when I restarted my computer on my browser, I use 2 browsers. One browser is an AVG browser, and another browser is Edge. Microsoft Edge. So they ask you, do you want to restore what was on the browser? So fortunately, they asked me what I wanted to restore on my browser. So I was able to click restore, and what had previously been on my browser before I had to restart it came back. So that's good, because I don't like it when I have to restart my computer, because when I restart my computer, I lose everything that I've been working on, and then I have to call it up again. But with all this work that I work on, it's online, and so saves automatically, because even with Microsoft Office, it's online, so it saves automatically. So I didn't lose any of my work, but it was just time consuming trying to get the computer to turn on. The computer wouldn't turn on, so I had to restart it. And then, but when I did all that, I was able to send the email. I was able to type out the email that this lady from Communicare had drafted, because she's the manager of Communicare, and she obviously knows what the MP wants to see. And so I drafted that email, and then when I finished that email, I helped my boyfriend with his accounts, because he has to deal with the government as well. So I helped him with his accounts. And I'm also making a stew tonight. So I'm making a carrot and parsnip and onion and tomato, or tomato if you're American, and corned beef stew. So that's what we're having for our dinner tonight. So that was my day. So I just wanted to update you to let you know that the breast cancer nurses did phone me back, and they did talk to me, but I don't know if I'm going to get an appointment to see a doctor where they can check my breasts or not, because that's my concern. My concern is that the cancer is spreading, and I know this has been triggered from this financial matter. So my health, having breast cancer, and this financial matter are not independent situations, because it happened in December. Obviously, it has triggered a stress response in me, which has affected my health. So it's not only affecting my bank balance, it's also affecting my health. So that's it for my day. If you like my video, please like and subscribe, and I will be making another video for you whenever I find out some more information about what's going on with my health.